Hello everybody, today we're going to have a look at how to crack one of the Crackmes in my Python Crackme repository, the one I recently forked, and that's our mission today. So let's do the usual stuff. Zoom in a bit. Split the window panes. Like this. And open Vim here. And go to projects. And go to the Python Crackmes. So this is our repository. Oh no, I recently messed it up, so I can delete the repository again. I messed up the git commit history and I think it's an irreversible change. So I have to clone it again. To do that, I will go to my GitHub and get the link. Git clone like this, and we should have the repository now in a correct state. Okay, that's it. In Vim, let me navigate to the repository like this, and we're done. Okay, so our mission is to crack the experimental Crackme. I found it quite interesting. It's this one. The text says just a simple program. Even if it won't execute this much, you still have to crack it in order to get the key. So let's use the middle top pane as an execution pane, this one. Go to projects, Python Crackmes, experimental, and execute the Crackme. And it does nothing, and that's probably what the comment hints. It's just a simple program. Even if it won't execute this much, you still have to crack it in order to get the key. Whatever that means, we will find out what it means. So the first command is an execution command. I guess we don't have to look up the documentation for that. Execute something, and what we're going to execute is located right here. And I am quite sure these are characters. They are the Unicode values of these characters. And they probably translate to Python code. The 10 is likely a special character because the actual alphanumeric character starts a bit later, so that's probably the hashtag sign. The 118 is the first character, probably the import or whatever. No, that's probably the space. Then that is IMPO. No, it's 240s, so that must be 3 40s in a row, so that must be 3 same characters. Anyways, but the key of this is just a list of numbers, and the character function is used to convert these numbers to characters. Should be easy, right? Ideally, I would say well, I would be stupid to just translate this manually, so I think we should write a new script that takes in these characters and translates them. Yeah, we will just do that. So convert.py, we'll open that in a new tab, go to the previous tab and yank everything in the brackets, paste it here. Maybe I should do a Vim tutorial once. If you're interested, then let me know in the comments, please. And then I will do... Well, we have to translate it. This is already the translation code, basically. Yeah. I don't really like just copying this, but I guess it's the best approach to solving this. And we can print the output of that. So let's call the conversion script Python 3 convert. Is it not located in the right directory? Let's check where the file is located. I have to move that file into the experimental folder. And the move command is, I think, capital R. Yeah. I'm moving this to experimental. I think I messed up. Oh my gosh. Let's do it in the terminal, that's better. Move, convert to experimental. Then change directory into the experimental folder and move convert.py. Python 3 convert. And that's code. That's not an error. I thought it was an error at first because that looks like just a chunk of error messages, but it does not. That was my pattern recognition failing. So I will copy that. And go to the new tab, translated.py. Paste the content here. And then we can use autopep 8, yes, to format the translated.py inline. That file is also located in the wrong directory. Move translated into experimental. Autopep inline. Translated. Now I'm changing directories and opening the translated file. Does not look too readable on first glance, but let's see what it does. Let me move that a bit down so it's centered. So there's a variable e, there's something's being opened and read into, no, what is that? open 0. That's probably standard input. That would be my first guess. Something is read into a buffer. User input, missing characters. And here's an if statement with 3 if clauses or if conditions. If this condition holds and the next one after that, then a success method is printed. I think we don't have to worry about this success message here. There's some bogus code here, but since it is already printing the success, the key of the code is probably in the if condition. Let's see what happens with the v input, whatever it is. If user input, if the first character in user input, whatever this notation is, equals v, and user input 1 equals ordinal v string, and user input 2 equals v plus string of ordinal of v. Then it's a success. I'm a bit confused by the comment, missing characters. Can we enter something here? Time to look things up. Yeah, my guess was right. This is the standard input, which you're opening again for right. Okay, it's the standard input. Does that mean I can just write something into the file? I don't know if it works in Python like this, but can I just do this and then write something via standard input hello? That's of course that doesn't work. Python, no, echo hello. This is standard input, the pipe. Python 3 translated. File translated, line 1. String object has no attribute buffer. Okay, standard input, I'm providing standard input, it's being read, and apparently it's reading a string. String object has no attribute buffer. Open 0 is standard input. Read from standard input. Then get the buffer object, but it has no buffer object because this is considered a string. But why is it considered a string? What happens if I just pipe something? No, it should take everything as just standard input as a byte stream. Open 0 creates a file object that represents the standard input, unless you have remapped the file descriptors first. Open 0 creates a file object, and that file object Python 3 open 0 I don't know if I can do this. No. Okay, if I open 0, then the object is going to be a text IO wrapper. Text IO wrapper. I am sure that all of this, quite sure, all of this is just supposed to be a replacement for the input method, which just requests an input. Changed in version 3.3. I have the feeling that this that the behavior of the input reading, standard input reading, has changed with Python versions. If we just take a shortcut and do this input, what happens then? Python translated. String index out of range. No, it looks... I will fix this file. It looks to me like this is supposed to be a complicated version of input, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but this is just my impression. And this is just some string, and now it seems to be working. At least we don't get an error. The user input can of course be more complex. So and now the first character, then whatever this notation is. But let's just assume this is the first character of the user input. This would be an h equals v. So user input must be h. And the user input at 1 must equal the ordinal of v. That means, what is the ordinal of h? 104. Well, we would need something like this. And user input. What? List indices must be integers or slices, not string. Ordinal of, where is it complaining? Ah. Of course. User input 0 equals v. User input 0 is this equals v. V is this. They are equal. User input 1 is this equals ordinal of v. But v is a string. So this makes no sense. User input 0 equals v. So this could be just one letter. This is user input 0. It equals v if I input one letter only. Then user input 1 equals ordinal of v. Let's input h. But here it says list index out of range. Why? Because the list user index is not complete. This must be, I'm slow. This must be v plus string of ordinal of v. So this must be this. Okay, you successfully dwarf the key. found the key. You successfully found the key. This is messed up here. Can I reverse the order of that again somehow? It seems like, okay, then if let's fix it up like this. You successfully found the key H14. So let's change the script like this. This is H, and this is what the user is supposed to input. How can the user supply a string? I'm not really happy with, and probably it's not expected that way, that we supply one character and it says you successfully found the key and it's a whole different key. So I would say H104, well, this should be, no, this should be the user input, right? But the user should supply it. So this needs the input, and V is just the H. And this way, and the input must be split at the character A. This way, if we provide HA104, a H104, it is successful. So the splits, is this clever enough? Let's just do a okay, that's a syntax error. Okay, I'm happy with that. If I provide the input H104, HA104, H104. Successful. So that's the key. Of course, we modified the script a bit, but still, we got the point of it. And now I would like to translate that script into this right here again. For that, we would have to write a small script called, let's call it ordify.py, and say okay, I would like to read the file file is called translated.py. Then while one okay, we're reading the file character by character, and for each character we're printing the ordinal of the character. And that script should already be running, and that should already work, but of course it will not output the characters in the format that we want. But let's just check that the syntax is correct. Okay, it is. I would like to print the characters inline. But actually, that is fine already. If we just paste that output into ort, then I can open it in Vim. I think I have to remove, or should remove, the line breaks here. So let's do that. Reload the file. Okay, and now I would like to comma separate all of these. This can be done using a Vim macro. We navigate to the first line. Now we press QQ to record the macro into the letter, into the register or whatever, the macro store Q. Then we press 0, go to the beginning of the line, and we press the $sign, go to the end of the line, append, comma, delete, escape, and the macro is done. It's executed once again, and it will append the next file. So now we can type in 1000 and add Q, and Vim will do the rest for us. So that is now the... Why can't I move the cursor now? Yeah, of course, this is just all one line, and I would like to delete the rest of the commas and go to the beginning of the line, yank the entire file, Y and capital G, and then I would like to go to the next line here, paste the contents of my script, and then do exec join, basically the same as the script above, character C for C in, go to the end of the line, bracket, like this. And that's it. Oh, that should be the fixed script, and this is now executable. And let's test it. Python 3 experimental Crackme. What was the key? It was HA104. AH104. Success. Great, so the software works now. So what we did in this video was we decompiled the script. This time it's actually, I would say it's obfuscated code. And we decompiled it by converting the characters. Then we fixed the script and got it working. Maybe we modified it, but in my opinion, this is a good Crackme now. And we discovered the key. We set the v input to h just to define the key, because that h defines the key. And then we generated the ordinal representation, or the encoded version of our script. We formatted that all into one line using vim, and then I completed the execution command here. And now it's a complete and done experimental Crackme. Git add experimental Crackme, git status, git diff. So we should see a git diff. Why is it not showing? Because it's added. Git diff staged like this, and we changed only the ordinals, and now we have a working script, which is fantastic. Git commit fix experimental Crackme fix and complete experiment like this. Okay, git push, and that's it. Let's see that the change arrived in the repository here, and yes, it did. So that's the result for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly did, and it was a small but exciting journey. And if you have comments, especially if you know how the original script was intended to be used, I was really confused by this buffer error, by the standard input thing that broke the script. So I fixed it, and if you know how that was supposed to work, then please write it in the comments, so we can all learn something from this experience. Then, aside from that, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye.